Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, you ready? All right, let's have a look at that. And we are sitting at 11. And that's 9, so that's 2 thousandths. We need to go one more thousandths over at 17 now, or 2 thousandths. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. Okay, so back up till we get to 0, and we want to come back 1 thousandths. There's a thou. Okay, let's see what we've got. We're sitting at...
How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
You must be Zach.
You must be Nick.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. We have got... We're sitting at... 24, and on this end we're looking at 23.5, and I might even be able to squeak out because this was just a bit loose. Four and a half. Okay, this is loose now. That's 24 on the money. And that is 24 and maybe 3/10, 4/10. I think I can live with that. Half a thou or so. Taper. Yes. So now we've got our accuracy. Now we need to come to size, and our size is, I believe this was a 1-inch shaft. One 1¼ What do we got here? 1/1. Okay. So 1 inch and 1/1000. And here we are sitting at 25, almost 50 thousandths over. So let's start cutting some material. And since we're out here on the center, and we're extended way out, and you may not be able to see it, but we're extended way out on the tailstock. I'm going to just take 10 at a time or something like that, just so it doesn't start getting all wiggy on me. There, because we have, you know, this much is a smaller diameter. So let's just, oh, and that's pretty hot. So we're going to check this. And that's sitting right at 1/2 over. So we want to be 1.5 over. So we're a little bit large. But let's let this cool down, and we'll come back to it. All right, so we need to put 2 keyways in, and we need to find center first. What we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and there's our, so that's kind of in the center, and we're just going to drop this down till it touches. There it's touching, and we'll just kind of go back and forth, raising up the table just a little bit at a time until we get a nice perfect square. No, we don't have a square yet. Another 5. Just a little bit more. And that's pretty good. We'll find 0 for our height, because that's our 0. And then we bring the flutes all the way perpendicular to the table and bring them around until And that looks pretty good. All right, so now we're going to come to within, well, let's just bring it from the end. So that would be right to there. Okay, so let's just take it over there, just at this height, just so we're not putting a huge amount of pressure on this. And then back. And our entire length is 1/500. Well, we can go all the way to here. And then take it to 1/500. Okay, so we got our length. Now we got to figure out our depth. And we're looking at 120, which 240 would be our distance. That's 1/4 inch. So 125 would probably be the actual distance. And maybe we'll take it to 130 just to give us that extra little bit. And let me speed this up just a little bit. So we're going to take 10, 20, 30. Only because it's a small bit, and if I can't go slow enough to make sure that the bit's not going to break. So we'll just take 30 at a time. All right, we're going to take another 30, and I think we're going to go a little bit further. There's 60. All right, we're going to take another 30, and that'll make it 90, and we're going to 125 or 130 really. All right. Looks pretty good. Looks like about the right depth. Let's come over and do this other key, and since these keys aren't timed, I'm just going to assume that the keys are going to be in the same line with each other. So come across. Come from here. Nope, 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 nope. We come from this side. And we're just eyeballing it because we'll make it a little bit long. It's the key goes the whole distance, and so we can just make it a little bit long on each side, no big deal. All right, so we'll come down. Yes. All right. That's that for that. Let's see how we did. I think we're looking okay. Get ourselves some keys, and we're almost ready to put this thing back together again. Good morning, Nick Collier here, and it is, I don't know, about a week later. I've had a bunch of other stuff happening, and now I've finally been able to get back to this. And so what we have to do is we have a couple of keys to make, and you can see one here. Actually, if I can get this key out, we only have one key to make, but so far I haven't been able to do that. So we're going to struggle with that a little bit, and then we're going to make a couple keys. Then we're going to press all of this back together again, put it back in the unit, put the unit back in the saw, and we're done. Okay, follow along. We're going to have some fun. All right, let's see what we can do about getting this key out. It is so tight that I'm not sure it's going to happen. Everything in this thing has been tight. Yep, it's not going to happen. Screwdriver's fine. Yep, no, the screwdriver isn't fine. It just broke the tip off of this son of a bitch. Man, they made this stuff tight. Okay, we're just gonna chuck that. We're gonna make two keys, and maybe something this size, maybe not, I don't know. Looks like that size. Okay, I like that. Let's spin you around just a little bit. How's that? Okay, pen. And we're going to cut ourselves a key there. And probably one the same length. Well, actually, we've got one right here. Something like that. All right. let's see what we can do here. Let's measure that key again. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, we're going to go over to the saw. We're going to cut our keys. Alright, let's see what we can do here. What kind of damage can we cause? Okay, just come back just a tad. Something about like that. There's one. There's two. Okay, we're going to round up the edges here. Shouldn't be too hard. That was easy. Okay, let's put them in the shaft. And there's one. And the other one we can just wait till we put the big wheel on. Alright, so now what we have is two sleeves of a different size, and I had to literally go back to my video that you saw last week and figure out which one came from where, and it turns out that the wide one goes to the side with the reduced shaft. Now we have a bearing that goes on. We have the wide. Let's get a rag and clean these off a little bit. It's got that split that we did, but you know, that's not going to hurt a thing. Going to take up a little more oil, that's about it. And we've got tapered bearing that's going to fit in our it's just fine. I am going to chuck the race and not have to replace that. Remember, we're traveling at excuse me, at 10 RPM or 5 RPM or 8 RPM or something like that. So let's make sure we put this on the correct way. And that's the way it's going to go, I believe. And that goes there. Seems like there's a lot of play there. Oh, well, no. Let's see what we got. This is going to come on here. Everybody's happy there. Oh, I see. The bearing sat right here. So there was some extra space coming out here. So that's good. All right. So let's go over to the mill and, the mill. Let's go over to the press and press this bearing on, see what we can come up with. let's see what we can come up with here. A rag is in order. And headphones. All right, we're back together. Hopefully everybody's in the right place. Let's give it a try and see. So, we're sliding the gear in this way. It's finding its seat and it's turning. Let's see if we can. There we go. Now we need to fill it up to a certain level, and I don't see any fill. Well, here's something. Is that a fill, or I'm thinking that's the fill. So tell you what we're gonna do. We're just gonna put some 90 weight gear oil in it. Okay, so 90 gear lube. We're gonna pour it in until we think it's the right level, and I'm guessing right about there. Oh, there's that other key. Okay, put our cap back on. Wait a second, hold it, hold on 1 second. The cap goes on the other side. This side, okay, we're gonna have to get a container to pour this oil back. Quick before it all leaks out. There we go. It goes in, but the opposite way. Shaft down. There we go. Doesn't feel right though. There it goes. Okay, now we're in place. Put our cap back on. Oh man, everything looks so good. There we go. Oops. Didn't put the oil back in, did I? Okay, let's do that. Come on. Cap back on. I like it. Just about where we want to be. Grab our nut and our key, and we're going to go on over to the saw and put this thing back in. Alright, well, let's poke this thing through and see what we can come up with. You know, I should check this belt while I'm here. Oh, it looks pretty chewed up. Yeah, I think it's time for a new belt. Look at this. What do you think? Oh. Yeah, look in the light. I think it's time for a new belt. Now the question is can I just put this thing back together and come up with a new belt later? Probably. Take this last nut down. It's bottoming out on that key. So I think what I'm going to do is take this one out and put the other one in. Okay, I think that's it. Put the blade back on. Tighten it back up, and I'll swing you over here so you can see the tightening process, which is about as interesting as a bag of nails. But, you know, snug that guy down. This whole wheel goes out that direction and snugs down on the blade. And we're pretty good shape there. Let's turn it on and see what we got. The belt must not be in play. Ready? we got a saw again. Okay, we got ourselves a saw again, and hey, just in time, because I got another project that needs this saw. And this one here, you know, that old Harbor Freight saw, it's a great saw and it cuts, but it never cuts real accurate cuts. This one, straight down, bang, I'm within 5/10 thousandths without even thinking about it. So good to have this one back in order, back up and running, and we're going to put a new belt on it pretty quick. This is Nick Collier, checking out.